Hello traders, good morning, noon, afternoon. Vladimir here, and this is the live market review, daily review, 16th of May 2017. This week I couldn't do the weekly forecast, as you noticed probably. I had some personal things, but we are here back to the daily forecast, and I want to go over the opportunities as they form. So let's start with the first one. That's the dollar Canadian, which continues with the bearish momentum. It seems like it's breaking, which yesterday was holding here. It was holding the 100 and fighting it right here. Followed by some bullish divergence. Now it's breaking through, continue to create lower highs, lower lows, momentum remains bearish. There is a very good chance we are aiming the 161.8 zone of this correction, which is also closer to the 50% retrace of this special cycle we've had. So I do believe we are going to 135.50 or even lower. If the momentum is about to continue, our next target going to be from the 38 from the weekly cycle, and this is right here, the 133. That's what we would be aiming on our short opportunities. So with some patience, all this annoying rally followed by all the divergences finally made the payment, was here with the convergence, two waves retrace, went into the range, but still managed to continue and hold what cycles should do. So it's time to just again remind what I tell so many times. Patience is the key. Okay? If you try to force things to happen, they will not happen. Just let it happen the way the market wants. Okay? And it's very, very important to remember that, because on that situations here, and I know that because I've been talking to so many traders here, on that zone, starting from here, so many try, sell, and then sell again and again. It's annoying. On that place right here, the majority, what they did, they give up. And right from there, when everyone gives up, the move happens. Okay, remember that. It's very, very important, and something to remind ourselves from time to time. The next one would be the CAD franc, which does the correction in two waves we have been talking about. Generally, nothing changed here, and the bottom line is, as long as the bottom holds, we would expect the continuation. Only if this bottom is broken, we are going for deeper correction. That would be to below 0.70. It will be right to this area somewhere, and from there we would expect a fly. But as for now, we are in terms of correction. So what could happen here? We got this cycle, we got this cycle, and we got this cycle, which is triple. Okay, break above the trend line here should lead us for some good opportunities. Okay, the question is, will it manage to do so? The divergence is developing. We have a bullish one. We have divergence as well from higher time frames and lower time frames, confirmation divergence as well. So we need to get the breakouts in order to get the momentum. And everything remains bullish as long as this bottom really holds. Okay, so our plan did not change. We are aiming to the middle of the daily cycle, which is approximately 0.7450, and then the top, which is 0.77, and then according to the monthly triple cycle, we are up to here, and that's really, really long journey. Next one on the list is going to be the Aussie versus the Kiwi, which also gained the momentum. It's holding the resistance of the support, of 107.45 zone, and it looks good. And while it does hold it, we expect continuation. I think there is a good chance we are about to see 61.8 being reached next. That's 108 plus, 108.50 plus actually. So I believe we are going there. And after that, there is a very good chance we are going all the way to the last high, which is above 110. Now, here comes the question. What happens if this range does not hold and we go deeper? Then, very simple, we are after two waves correction, something like that, to 161.8 zone. And from here, we are after buys again. But this plan is our long-term plan, so all we can do is just to follow up, right? No changes here. And let's cover some other opportunities which we have been following as well. Pound yen still did not reach our zone, which we would want around 150, 151. I still believe it will, and that would be our buy opportunities from my point of view. We are next to 61.8, so it will be very interesting to follow if it manages to hold here with some bullish divergence, okay, and go for buys from there. Or alternatively, the 100 level, which also looks amazing, and from there we are going to look for buys. There are all the reasons for continuation. The main one is still the weekly cycle, the fact that daily cycle looks like unfinished, and the 4-hour chart, which actually provide us some kind of double cycle to try and join this rally. One more push further, and then we will be looking for buys most likely, and well, it looks interesting, and I would be really interested after following these buy opportunities, as we started to follow from previous week. Next, and let's go over the new ones which we start to have on the list. Actually, no, we talked last week about the pound dollar buy on the bottom of the range, which we have here holding, and we have been talking about the euro kiwi, which holds this range and should continue, and it does continue. And the euro pairs are actually the next one I want to follow. So I want to, if I'm already on the euro kiwi, I want to start with this one. That's our cycle. We are now on the 100. We had one false break here. We might have second false break right here. If we break through that and continue, which looks very, very doable, we are aiming the 166, which is, surprising or not, the 50% retrace of the triple cycle from weekly. So from my point of view, the bullish pressure remains on, and for me it's only for buys. There is no divergence completed yet. Not weekly, not daily, not 4-hour. They all are under potential and potential only. Therefore, I believe every 2 waves down should still provide us a great opportunity to go and try the buys. There is some kind of pattern developing here, so I believe we're going to get something like that, and for us every drop down should lead for buy opportunity. Aussie versus the Kiwi, Aussie versus the dollar, also very interesting pair. We know and we remember that according to weekly we only want buys. If we get it to 0.71, 0.72, it would be ideal, but currently we don't have it there. We have this cycle, we have a bullish divergence here. We got a beautiful 4-hour chart setup here as well, creating for us this convergence. That's a kind of a triple movement here, which I believe going to provide us 2 waves down movement or some kind of a range here. And I believe we are later on about to continue higher. So the classical scenario would be actually this. Okay. What could happen, another scenario here is we just enter some kind of range and then we continue higher. But as long as we would remain, I would say, above 0.7380, which is this supportive area, I believe the pressure remains on and we should continue to see that going higher. I started with the euro pairs, I continue with the euro dollar, which also looks very good, and it seems we are going higher to 113. Putting all the cycles together, we get the same level, 112, 113. This is the zone. After the small correction we had from the 100, we got a continuation, and most likely we are about to rally towards this area, which would be also the next to the top of the weekly chart. So it looks good. This trend line also getting broken and looks like continuation. So the bottom line, every pullback we will get should use us as opportunity to go for a buy. Okay, that's regarding the euro dollar, and that's what we should follow. Euro pound, same story. looks bullish, looks like we are back in the range here. It might be the beginning of a triangle, which means to the top of this trend line, which is like 80-100 pips higher than current levels. As long as the daily 20 EMA now holds and this dynamic support holds, we are after buys. Every pullback here should lead us for continuation. Very important levels to follow would be starting right here on the using the crystal. We have a great confirmation there. So that would be actually the main interesting things happening for us right now. While the Canadian pairs provide great opportunities, few more start to join the list. One of them is the New Zealandian versus the franc, which I follow for a possible great scenario here. We are still fighting against the 61.8, but there is a very, very good, healthy chance that we are going to see the next zone being reached. That's 0.67 down to 0.6650. I believe this is where we are going here, especially if we take a look on the weekly chart and we put the cycle here, the corrective. What do we get? The 38.2 is exactly there. Bullish hidden divergence is forming here slowly. So the first one would be 0.67, 0.68. The next one would be 0.65. This is where I believe we are going to stop and complete the divergence and make some heavy rallies to come. We still have a gap that was not closed, and I believe it will. And it looks really, really interesting opportunity from my point of view. Not there yet. It's forming. Add that to the watch list. It's coming. That's what it is. And well, gold and silver. I still believe silver could make this one more final push towards 1550 or lower a bit. It's tricky in the current scenario. It looks like a special cycle to me. One big one and one more final. I believe after that we either go for one more low or two waves, which after breakout we might start and go all the way highs if this low actually respected, and there is a good chance for that. Okay, so we will see after the two waves down correction that should begin. We will see what's about to happen. A new low or a break above its trend line and a down move. Sorry, an up move right after that. Well, oil remains unreadable if you ask me. Very tricky. There is a great chance we are after one more low to 42 before the fly. And on the same time, there is an amazing chance we are about to fly from here. For me, I still remain on the buy opportunities, so every drop down in two waves should lead us for a buy. We had triple cycle movement right here, 1, 2, 3. If we got two waves, this could be some amazing buy opportunity, especially if the dollar Canadian really continues the move down. It should work very good together. And as per indices, nothing new under the sun. We got a false break here. We still need to go below this low, okay, in order to create for us some great opportunity to look for sales. That would be all for today, friends. I'll see you again tomorrow, and enjoy the moves, which we have been waiting for a long time. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for your time watching this video. Yours, Vladimir.